like that. But
Can I
then
ever ask what changed a year and a half ago? Because you said your body count was 5, and then something happened.
I started going on seeking arrangements.
But was there something else that happened in your personal life, or was there some sort of an issue that happened there? Because I am actually like slightly worried for you that you're impaired by something at the moment in some sort of substance, and you're divulging all of this information on the internet.
No, I'm not. This is what I came on here for.
You know what I see?
Okay,
though?
well, if you're happy to, then
I'm happy to share the information.
Yeah. But
I see that you have a lot of empathy, but you're acting like you don't care to hide or mask pain or somehow like I think you do because you care about other females not doing seeking arrangements.
Yeah.
But I feel like you kind of just I don't know. I feel like it's a little of an act. I don't know.
No. It's actually. This is like how I actually feel.
So you
can look back on.
I
do believe that.
I believe that.
But
No,
do
it's
you
100%.
think it's something somewhat of like a self-loathing? Because if you
It's
believe
not
that,
self-loathing at
if you
all.
believe that for other
No, I
women,
really
if you wish the best for other women, just please,
Okay.
if you do wish the best for other women, if you say that you think that it's a dangerous thing, I would totally agree with you, and I would fully encourage you to actually voice those concerns on this podcast and voice
I would like
the
to get into
concerns
that
and
a
the
little bit
dangers
more.
that you have.
Yeah.
But you actually shoot yourself in the foot when you start to say, well, I don't care, and I don't care about the marriages that I'm breaking up. I think that you should be consistent with that standard.
Like where I was, like I'm talking about quitting and like not having the opportunity to put my place in a situation where I'm sleeping with a guy, because most of the guys on there are married, and those are the guys that like I felt like at that time I liked because they kind of like left you alone. Like they didn't like text you all the time. They went back to their like normal lives. But as a whole, where I am at now today, April 23rd, 2022 or 2024, sorry. What? Okay.
I mean, but I think that
like I am genuinely
you're
like
off by 2 years.
I know, but I don't think that girls should do OnlyFans either.
That's great.
I think
that's great, but you need to hold to those convictions. You can't sit there.
But that
and
doesn't
say
have
that
to do with the marriage thing, like and how I felt in the time.
No, but we're not talking about how you felt at the time. We're talking about how you feel currently. And you've told everybody multiple times that you still would you would act the exact same way if you were put in that situation.
Yes.
You're just not making any sense.
It's a bit contradictory.
Marriage into the. Like,
but I think that the point that everyone's
like,
trying to get across to you, and I think you should try and actually really listen closely to what people are saying to you.
Yeah.
Because you've got two conflicting beliefs, and that's what we call cognitive dissonance. You're saying one thing, but your actions actually are doing another thing.
Okay.
Right? Or you're saying one thing and you have two contrary beliefs at the same time that are existing in your head.
Yeah.
So it's cognitive dissonance. So if you do wish the best for other women, you should wish the best for yourself as well.
Yes.
And the reason why I ask if there's something going on in your personal life, and you obviously don't have to divulge that, is because when Priya said to you before that she'll pray for you, you had a very visceral reaction to that.
I'm not religious.
But the way that you said it and the way that you ignored her made it seem like that you were insulted by somebody wanting the best for you and wanting to pray for you.
Yeah.
So do you feel like that this is coming from a place of self-loathing, maybe something that you need to have a look at internally and hold yourself to the same sort of respect as you hold other women with?
I mean, not all people have to like bring up like religion into certain situations.
I'm not imposing my religion on you. I'm saying that I am wishing the best for you, and the way that I do that is by prayer, because I believe in God.
Okay.
And
sorry for being rude and being like so demonic with your praying thing.
Well, no, but what Jake is saying is that it seems like it's something that you're trying to project outwards, in the sense of not accepting somebody else's care, help, whatever it may be.
How they do it. Their version of caring for somebody else.
Well, okay.
Like, it's not like I was imposing my religion on you and like trying to shove it down your throat. I simply stated something very positive towards you.
I apologize for that.
No, that's totally fine. But but that's besides the point. What we're saying is that it seems like there's something that you are hurting from.
I think that
that's what I was thinking.
I think that a big thing is like I want to get out of the sex work, and I think that it's very important to not continue to do the sex work.
Yeah, and most people can tell you, and I can tell you, I've done many degenerate things in the past. And I've come from a background where I didn't find faith until I was 25, 26, and I've done all the sex, drugs, rock and roll, violence, you name it, I've done it, right? Yeah. So if you looked at a CV, I would not have a position to judge, but as you go along and you come out of this, then at some point you have to realize that the way that you previously acted was wrong, and that you have to actually have a contrary view to that, and you have to try and actually project that into the world.
But
you can't hold on to it and say, well, that was fine.
Proactive for other females, like for instance, when I was in the industry, like traumatic things happened, and so
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're okay.
And so like my biggest thing was like making. Sorry.
Yeah. I think that this is what we were getting at.
My biggest thing was like making sure like other girls knew about like the guys that like did the wrong stuff, but then like there's like this cancel culture where people cancel you out.
Yeah.
Where people cancel you out for like calling the bad people out in the industry because like those are the guys that get away with it because they're just quiet about it.
And I would encourage you to keep doing that, but also hold that standard for yourself though.
Yeah.
If you have a standard for other women and you wish the best for them, you should hold that standard for yourself.
You need to have that same protection that you have over other women in that industry for yourself.
Yeah,
because we all want the best for you, and we want you to want the best for you.
Yeah, that's what I want. But yeah, thank you.
I think that maybe it's like kind of combative, and sometimes it's funny, this podcast, and we all get into each other and we all make fun of each other. Sometimes maybe your natural reaction would be to be like, oh no, what I did was fine, it's no worries, I don't care about them. But I know we can see that you're not a terrible person, and deep down you would deep down you would feel bad about those things. But I think like I would encourage you to just come out and say that, okay, yes, I know what I did was wrong, because every one of us at this table has done many wrong things in the past. I'm sorry if it insults
anyone that like. But I have a strong opinion on like the marriage thing. Like I think, but like that's like getting into politics, I guess. Like I don't really want to do that because my opinion on it like is very like opinionated and stuff. But I think that you guys are right. Like it's insulting to people that do want to be wives and walk down the aisle.
Exactly. And you intuit that, and it's good to just come out and say it, even if it does make you a little bit emotional. And we've all had these moments before.
Absolutely.
We've had to come to grips with ourselves and our pasts and these sorts of things as well. So yeah, I mean, you actually said at the start of the podcast that you wanted to talk about some of the dangers of the industry. Yeah. I really encourage you to do that, because that's actually a very positive thing.
Yeah,
so if you do have advice for some young ladies who might be struggling with something similar.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think a lot of the things that happens with OnlyFans to start is the fact that the industry, like even though it's OnlyFans and you're self-employed, like a lot of the girls get connected with the actual industry, especially here in California. They get caught up with the agencies that then ultimately like control who they shoot with. And of course, like I'm sure a lot of people know the industry is really toxic, and the girls are like, I don't want to say being exploited, but like they don't have a voice for themselves, so they like let these agencies and like do these shoots, and they don't really want to actually be doing that. And then it gets more extreme. There's problems with drugs, like girls that do drugs, which actually I don't do drugs aside from weed. I'm a harm reductionist for a company called Dance Safe. I go to music festivals, and we set up, and we're like not promoting drugs, but we're doing harm reduction, like for people that want to go to festivals and take ecstasy and stuff like that, because ultimately people are going to always forever like do drugs. Like they're going to take the ecstasy, and with fentanyl being a real thing now, my dad died of it last year.
Sorry to hear that.
And so
there's probably
many people
there.
That probably
there's probably something there in terms of that experience.
But I've always been doing the harm reduction thing, because like I did partake in that lifestyle for a little bit when I was like on the younger age, like 16, and I bought like synthetic Molly. So like I've been testing the drugs since a long time. But back to my main thing is about the industry is like you get caught up in that, and then if you're doing OnlyFans, you're also like you need to be good at social media, you need to be good at networking, and you need to be good at all those things. Otherwise the girls are giving like 60% of their like company away to these like their income. Their income. So they're selling their like vagina online pretty much for absolutely nothing.
And also I mean, and then go on.
I guess the last thing I have to say is like I've heard it on the show a million times that like no like top value guy, and this is like even the guys on Seeking are gonna want to date somebody and go exclusive with somebody that's like talking to other men.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. And what's your point with that?
My point with that is like you have to settle down and just see one guy, if that like, and not be on OnlyFans and not do sex work
that's
and all.
What? You think that's bad?
No, I think that's good to like give it all up and not do sex work and not do OnlyFans.
Well, hold on. So you've just stated two different things.
Sorry, what did I say?
You said that guys don't want to go exclusive with women who are dating other men.
Guys don't want to be exclusive with girls that are doing like OnlyFans and sex work and things like that because they don't value those women like for what it is, whether they're on Seeking or not. That's where you meet them. It doesn't matter if they're on the site and you meet them. They don't want that.
Do you object to men having the preference of not dating those types of women?
I think that.
Okay, so what's your?
No, I'm just saying like it's really like because I guess where I'm saying that now is because like I would like to be in an exclusive relationship with one of the guys I met on Seeking, but I couldn't give up sugaring because it's addicting. So I went back to it and then I lost it. But I'm just saying like. This isn't about me and my like arrangement right now. I guess like the reason why I wanted to come out here is to talk about how dangerous in dance industry is because like I had come encounter with like a guy that gave me that slept with me knowing that he had gonorrhea, didn't disclose it, like like all these really and then like people faking their STD test, like that's a huge thing. It's like they'll edit their
hold on. Didn't you say that you were sleeping with like 10 men at the same time?
Yeah, and I make them get STD tested.
But do you think they're sleeping with 10 women at the same time?
No, they're not like...
They're not...
Like the men I...
So wouldn't you be the risk factor in all those relationships?
Well, with the industry, yes, absolutely. Like it gets really scary with the STD stuff, but I didn't really know that going into it. So the reason why I started OnlyFans was actually
Hold on. Let's stay focused. You're going all over the place here.
Sure.
Okay. So you accused a guy of, did he knowingly give you gonorrhea or was he?
He was.
How do you know he?
Sure.
Maybe he didn't know.
The girl that called me after the shoot actually told me.
Oh, he was a S worker himself.
No, he was a dude. He was actually signed on with an agency called Hussy Models. So it's in the industry. Yeah.
Yeah. So. A sex worker.
Yeah. So like a sex worker. Yeah.
Was it in the context of work that he gave you the STD?
In the context
was it shooting a scene?
Yeah.
Yes, but it wasn't a scene that I signed on. He reached out to me. It was like, hey, I'm signed with Hussy Models. Do you want to do this shoot? And I was new in the industry, so I said yes. And then the girl called me after, was like, you didn't just shoot with Mike because he's been sleeping with me and like got the exposure of gonorrhea. But like, yeah. And so that was traumatic for me because actually like shortly after this agency that we test through for STD testing for the porn industry, it's in Tampa, it's called Talent Testing. They told me that I have like MGen, which is like another STI. So at that point I was like really freaked out about it.
Isn't that like a breach of duty of care? Like, I know I'm talking like business, but isn't that company kind of like liable for not making sure that their talent?
Yeah, so but that's the thing, they didn't assign us to work together because I wasn't signed with an agency. This is actually my third weekend of ever even doing OnlyFans. Like I kind of blew up on my Twitter and stuff. Like a lot of people wanted to work, a lot of big porn people wanted to work with me, but I didn't know anything about porn or like what I was getting into. But really, like I tried to stop.
Change the split.
Yeah, I tried to like stop sugaring, so that's why I did OnlyFans, because I knew like
on me.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, there are women who have come out of the industry, and they have turned their lives around, and they've got a great message to spread. And I would encourage you to use your experiences as a positive, because lots of people have lots of different experiences, and many people will go through that thing where they think, okay, I've got a really nasty past. I've done some really terrible things. Now it's my time to accept that what I did was wrong, and that it's wrong for other people to do it.
No, absolutely, it really is.
That's a good message. And the drug harm reduction thing, honestly, that's going to save lives. So, you know, if you want a silver lining in all of this, like someone might watch this and they might go get their drugs tested and not die of a fentanyl overdose.
Yeah,
and
I just did a festival.
Some good that you've created, you know what I mean?
And they come up and they test their drugs, and like I'm a Narcan distributor.
That's great. That's really good.
Your intentions are really, really great. We just want you to have those same convictions for yourself.
Yeah, and for people that are married.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, them too.
This is like